Welcome back into another episode of NA Now. Brandon Hofstra here, joined with Taylor Shaw, head coach of the Kenai River Brown Bears. Coach, how are things going so far this summer?
Yeah, things have been going well, nice and busy as usual, right? With the draft and camps, but really looking forward to a couple of weeks when we get going.
Yeah, we'll see you soon in Minnesota. But let's reflect on last year. You guys had a good year, made the playoffs, got a bunch of guys committed. How proud are you of the job that you and your guys did last year?
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly the staff played a part along with, everybody that helps within our organization, but I really believe it was the guys, right, that really toed the rope. And for us to come in last year after having only 14 wins the year prior, right, and to break a franchise record that had been intact for 16 years, I mean, just speaks to the work that our guys put in and the culture change and everything. And so we're really looking forward to being able to continue to build on that.
Yeah, definitely. The Midwest Division was a battle every single night. Throw in the travel schedule because you guys have to deal with that a lot as well. But what does it say about your group to go through some of those challenges and ultimately make the postseason and, like you said, kind of break history or make history, I should say, up in Kenai?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, in our league, not just our division, goes through the travel and the sickness, right? But I think our guys were just resilient, and I think the playoff spots weren't really secure, right, until those last couple weeks. So it was a dogfight every night, and it speaks to how deep our division is, and like I said, just the guys' willingness to come to work and put in the time and effort, both on and off the ice and in the community. I think it shows with the number of fans we had at games consistently here on the peninsula. So yeah, it's a great start, and again, it last season isn't going to matter, right? It's all about this
Right.
coming one.
Right. Taylor, last year was your first full year as head coach after being an assistant and then the interim head coach. What would you say has been the most important thing that you've learned now officially being the bench boss?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, I've tried to surround myself with people that have some intangibles maybe that aren't necessarily my top strengths. And I think, as a staff, we pride ourselves on, really just it's a collaborative effort. And I think obviously being in the head coach role for the first time in my career, right? A lot of administrative stuff that goes into that, but I've enjoyed it so far, and obviously, the staff I work with has been great, and they make it enjoyable, and then obviously the guys are a big part of that too.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of this upcoming season, who are some familiar names that we should be on the lookout for this coming season?
Yeah, I mean, coming back, we have Nick Stevens, we have Owen Hansen, Hayden Walters, and then Kota Susumi, as well as Luke House and Joe Manning on the back end. So we have a small contingent of guys returning, but we've been able to acquire or pick up some veteran presence in the league, and I think that's going to help us as well. So.
The NHL showcase right around the corner. You've been there a couple of times. Is there some pressure for your guys to perform differently in front of the scouts, or how do you try to calm them down and tell them, hey, this is just another game, but there are some eyeballs on you out there?
Yeah, right. I mean, I think for the guys, obviously, it's just pressure that exists just because of the event. But we really talk about day to day. We can control today, and when tomorrow comes, we'll tackle tomorrow. And I think that's kind of the biggest message going into the showcase as well as when it's happening. It's a few games in a 60 game season, right? So we just got to
Right.
take it day by day.
We saw it in the playoffs, excuse me. You guys had an incredible turnout of your fan base over there in Kenai. Are they ready to get the rink packed again this year? And what can you say about that fan base that you guys have? And then speak a little bit too on that rivalry of the three teams up in Kenai,
Yeah,
or
I
excuse
mean,
me, in Alaska. Pardon me.
yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I think number one, like we've seen fans now being back in town here since the season ended, and they're super fired up and asking about the team and looking
Mhm.
forward to being at the game. So I think it's great. I mean, our guys spend a lot of time in the community, whether it's being at the schools every week or pitching in to help where it's needed and with the youth associations. And their support is a huge part of our success. And I think for us to be able to have that environment and, every home game, the first goal that we score, they throw a big salmon on the ice. And, it's all part of that environment, right, for our guys. And, we certainly try to use that to our advantage when we're playing. And The rivalries in Alaska are awesome. All three buildings are packed typically, and what a neat experience for our guys to be able to have that. So
That's awesome. Love to hear that. Well, we will see you in a few weeks coming up to the showcase. We appreciate you doing this. Good luck this season.
yeah, absolutely. Thanks guys for having me.